Yes, sir, and we'll kick it right off with our favorite segment, Stop That. So I'll jump right into it. NFL Instagram. I mean, first off, nobody should be compared, but the fact that you took the number one high school quarterback and compared him to Patrick Mahomes solely because he threw the ball sidearm in a walkthrough design practice on an 8-yard out. NFL Instagram. Stop that. I mean, we got to stop with these Patrick Mahomes comparisons. I can go to my backyard, throw a sidearm football just sitting there, and I'm Patrick Mahomes now. Like, no, that's not how it works, dog. Until you show me what he did in the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that man was flying around the field, literally,
horizontal,
throwing the ball. I don't want to hear no comparison.
I'm just saying the first sidearm throw that number one recruit or the number one quarterback in high school threw, the wide receiver dropped it.
I'll repost it on Russo's Playbook, Twitter and Instagram at Russo's Playbook. I'll repost it there so everybody could take a look. But it was absolutely nonsense to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was ridiculous.
And then what you got, AG?
I got to talk about KP, Kristaps Porzingis, playoff P. Well, actually, he's not playoff P anymore because PG took that right back last night. But, no, KP comes out after they lost Game 7 to the Clippers, came out basically saying that he's upset because he feels like more of an afterthought than a co-star, alongside Luka Doncic. And it's like, KP, did you see what you were doing out there? Like, there's a reason for that, bro. So all I have to say to KP about that is stop that. It's crazy. I mean, you're 7'3", getting 3 rebounds, 1 block maybe, and you're getting a steal. You get a 2-on-1 where you're bringing the ball up and you pull up for a 3, brick that shit. You're 7'3", let's remind everyone. So yeah, you are an afterthought. You were an afterthought the entire playoff series. I was looking at Tim Hardaway Jr. as the co-star. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
It's solely on your performance, like. Yeah, I don't understand it. And just like you referenced, dude, once he pulled up on a fast-breaking shot at 3 instead, what are you doing? Like, what are you really doing here?
That's not you.
Yeah, no, that's not you, big guy. No shot. No shot. Hunt, what you got next?
Maybe it is him. I think that's the problem we're getting at here.
You know what? That's very true. It's very true.
Like, KP, if you don't just get your big ass under the hoop and start making just layups, then that's all you're needed for.
Just the easy stuff.
That's all you're needed for, bro. You're like, what, like 7'3", 7'4", something like that?
Yeah. 3 rebounds a game.
Yeah, come on.
It's
all right. For my stop that this week, cornerback Cameron Kinley out of Navy. He got picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this fall. But the U.S. Navy has denied his request to delay his commission in order to pursue his NFL career. Now, all I have to say to Navy in general is stop that. I'm going to be very clear on this, right? I appreciate every single soldier, no matter what branch that has come out and served this country. I appreciate everything that you've done. But let's be real here. I think there was 5 players who were drafted or picked up by the NFL who are all going to play. He is the 6th player who is not. Now, my issues stand with this on, trust me, I know that he made a commitment, but guess what? He made 2 commitments when he joined Navy, right? One was to play football, one was to serve his community. He's not saying that he doesn't want to serve. He's just asking that he can serve later on. Yeah. And trust me, I understand, this doesn't come from the Navy football team. This is higher ups in the Navy, but let me ask you something. If you are a star athlete who's looking to go that route, you want to help out with your service, you want to help out with your country, but you also want to make something of your athletic career, are you going to Navy anymore? Hell no. Hell no.
Nope.
And guess what? They're going to lose recruits over this. They're going to lose fans over this. They're going to lose a lot. And frankly, I don't blame him, because it's absolutely ridiculous that this guy has worked his ass off to be a cornerback in Navy, to get the chance to play in the NFL. He wasn't drafted. He was picked up after the draft. He gets that second shot to play, and you're going to deny his request, even though he's very willing to go into... Look, he might not even make the team. He
might be enlisted in a couple months.
That's the thing. He just wants a shot. Yeah. That's all he is. That's all he's asking for. He's like, hey, look, this is one of my childhood dreams, as well as serving this country. And you're going to take one of my childhood dreams away to force me into the other one. I think that's frankly ridiculous. I think that there needs to be something done for those sides of college athletes that kind of helps and support them. I'm pretty sure Trump tried putting something in 2019. I don't know if it went through or if it got passed, but it essentially said that these players should be able to play first and then go in. Now there's a list of other players, right? There was a guy from Navy or from Air Force who was supposed to do his 4 years as well. Turns out he outgrew the plane. He got too big to fly the plane. I can't remember his name. It's slipping my mind. Right? There's another player who in college he caught an injury, and guess what? He wasn't allowed to go into, I think it was the Army. But guess what? His injury didn't stop him from going into the NFL. Now we're talking about someone who's completely healthy. Yeah. He's totally fine. He can do both. And what are people saying? Well, what if he gets hurt in the NFL and he never does, his serving? Are we at war? Are we at war? Is there not a million other people who signed up to do this and you cannot excuse one of them? That's absolutely ridiculous. That got me fired up.
They do it for other players. It happens all
There's
the time.
5 players right now who will be in the NFL on an NFL team.
What if they get hurt?
Yep, exactly.
It's not that. Okay, so what if you send him off somewhere first and he gets hurt there? God forbid passes away there.
What if he catches a bullet in the leg and he's never allowed to play his NFL dreams again?
Yeah, like it's 100% more realistic to say, let's let him have his chance in the NFL, and then you go to the Army, military, Navy, whatever you want to do.
It seems like... that's a good point. It seems like the NFL is a little less risky.
I'm saying
worried about its health.
100%. I mean? And you got to go and read Cameron Kinley's his letter that he wrote. He posted it on Twitter. It's all over his Twitter. Got a lot of retweets and things like that because you can completely and totally understand his side of things because he explains it. He's like, hey, look, I know what I signed up for. You don't got to remind me that I have 4 years of service that I'm due for. He's like, but you can also not pull my dream away from me. And the fact that I've been dreaming about this since I was 5 years old playing flag football, and now I actually have the chance to play for who else but the freaking the Super Bowl champs from last year, right? One hell of a team.
And also another thing to think about. You can't be 30 years old and then go back to the NFL.
Nope,
but you can be 30 years old and go to the Army or the Marines. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It all points to this makes no sense.
100%. 100%.
Going back to one of your earlier points, Hunter, like about the recruits. It's not just Navy that's going to be affected either.
Oh, yeah,
Army,
all of them.
Air Force, all of them.
And they didn't even do anything wrong. Army's sending their guy. He's like, go ahead, play the NFL. Well, you owe us 4 years. You know that. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Now, as a recruit, I'm sitting here like, I don't want... What if they switch up on me too?
Yep.
Like, what if Air Force switches up on me? Like how Navy did that kid. Like,
yep.
They're all gonna hurt a little bit from that, and it doesn't make any sense.
And think about this guy's daily life. I know we're kind of going off on a tangent, but I just want to.
This is headlines now.
Yeah. I want you to remember one thing. This guy was in Annapolis at Navy. If you think his life was anything to what a normal college student is, you are so wrong. These guys look forward to playing football. Because that's their getaway. That 2 hour practice is their fun. Exactly. Other than that, they're literally going through a 4-year boot camp while doing school at the same time, while having to deal with, all the ins and outs of being a part of the Navy, just being that like almost like super being looked up to, being respected, everything like that. And it just blows my mind. He did everything right, and now everything is wrong that's being done to him. That's how I'm looking at it.
Very crazy story. Definitely something to follow up on. We'll see how it plays out.
Yes, sir.